Hello, welcome back. I'm Rama Krishnan and you're watching my YouTube channel, Raise Your Vibe with Rama. Today I want to talk to you about feeling stuck. Have you ever noticed what you say to yourself when you're feeling stuck? From my work with myself and with many others who I have helped over the years, I have noticed a certain pattern that emerges when we feel stuck. The words we say to ourselves usually are, "Why does this keep happening to me?" Or "This always happens to me." Or "I'm so confused. I'm just the one who all this happens to. Everybody else is having a great time." So on and so forth. Now, what happens is that we say this. So let us say we say to ourselves, "This always happens to me." From that first sentence that we say to ourselves is coming another thought and then another thought. Then it goes, "Why do I do this? Why does this happen to me?" And then your mind gives you a stock reply. It says, "Well, you were not so beautiful, or you're not so rich, or your mom always said this, your dad always said that." And then that goes to another thing, another thing, another thing, and it leaves us feeling hopeless, powerless, and stuck. So here's a wisdom teaching that I want to share with you. And this comes from Florence Scovel Shinn, who wrote this and taught this 100 years ago, over 100 years ago, in fact. Let me read her quote to you and we will go from there. She says here, "God's gift to man is power. And you contact this power by your word. Watch your words with diligence. You are continually reaping the fruits of your words." So, what we say to ourselves when we experience a situation that has been going on for a while, the first thing we say to ourselves reveals where we are, because words, it's not about just blind positivity and saying, "No, everything is good, all is good." It's not that. This is much deeper than that. The words reveal the consciousness within. So, the situation that is going on in our life that we are stuck in is repeating because of the consciousness that it is coming from. And there is that famous quote by Albert Einstein, which says, "A problem cannot be solved from the consciousness that created it." So the words reveal the consciousness. And if my words to myself are, "This always happens to me," or "People are so difficult," or "It's so confusing and I'm not able to figure things out," or "I'm just unlucky," or "Always the bridesmaid, never the bride." I've heard a few of my students say that, "Always the bridesmaid, never the bride." Well, these words are revealing a baggage that you've been carrying for a very long time. Perhaps you inherited it. Perhaps you watched people in your environment say it and you unconsciously, by osmosis, took it in. But here's what Florence Scovel Shinn is telling us. She says, this is your opportunity to retire old patterns by using your words consciously. And here's what we have to do. First step, become aware. Become aware. Maybe start writing down. I find writing down very helpful to me, because when I journal and I write down what I am saying to myself, it helps me to read it back and say, "Wow, interesting. Do I want to say that? Do I want to keep repeating this?" So it helps you to create distance. And when you have distance between your words and you access your power, and that power is choice. You have a choice. And that choice of words that you are now going to say can reflect the dawn of a new consciousness. And while in the beginning it might seem fake to you, because the impact of the old words, the emotions that go with the old words are very strong, so they appear to be true, but they're not really true. They're just very powerful because we have given them power for a very long time. And as we teach ourselves to step back and say something different. For example, when you read back and you've been saying to yourself, this always happens to me, maybe you can start thinking about, I am now ready for a new chapter, and a new chapter is opening up right now, right here. If you've been saying to yourself, I'm just so unlucky, you're going to have to say, I am open to all the possibilities and the universe wants me to succeed. All of the world is in my favor. Beliefs that are new and in your favor can be now brought into your life. It's like sowing a new seed. While these old trees have yielded bitter fruits, we are now sowing new seeds. And as we sow these new seeds and we consciously water the new seeds, we will reap sweet fruits. It will happen. It might take some time. And during that time, we have to continue this practice of watching our words, realizing that they come from the past, but in the present moment, we have a choice. Stepping away, not shaming ourselves, not blaming somebody else, just stepping away and creating distance between the words we have been telling ourselves and the future we now want to create. Then maybe writing these words. If you've been saying to yourself, I'm so confused, why is this happening to me? Maybe you can say and write the words, the future is getting clear and I am understanding things slowly and surely. Now, as you start writing these new words, saying them, feeling them, leaning into them, repeating them, you are watering those seeds. And as we water those seeds, a new reality begins to emerge. So think about that. Transformation is a slow process, but it is possible. So many people, millions of people, have transformed their lives. They've had difficult challenges, horrible beginnings, yet they have managed to get themselves unstuck, and so can you. It's a slow process, but as you stay connected, as you keep doing the work, this can happen. So stay strong, stay connected, and remember to use your words. Your words, unconsciously used, have brought you to where you are. And as you now use them consciously, they will help you get unstuck. May the future unfold beautifully for you with every word chosen with care and with love for yourself. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you again in the next one.